Hello, hello, welcome back to Wheel of Games, where today we're going to be introducing a new game that's going to be taking over the turn-based strategy slot on the channel. So this game is called Attack of the Earthlings, where you play as the aliens whose home planet has been invaded by a pesky, greedy corporation, and we're going to find out just exactly what we're going to do about it. So, brand new game. I'm pretty sure it has an introductory cinematic that will hopefully make a little bit more sense. And let's get straight into it. Yeah, tutorial, why not? I've played a bit of this before, but don't mind going through all of it again so you can see how it works. Here we go. Ethical product testing. Oh. Yep, there we are. Uh-oh. Oh no! Okay. Now we get into the gameplay part. So, as you can see, some pesky humans, not dwarves, although there's a clear parallel to be drawn with Deep Rock Galactic, where instead of playing as the dwarves invading the planet of the bugs, we are playing as the Swarmers. So, welcome to Attack of the Earthlings, a game about an aggressive, all-consuming corporation, and the planet they make the terrible mistake of invading. You control the Swarmers, a highly dangerous native species, understandably displeased about the destruction of their home at the hands of these soft, fleshy invaders. And you can F1 to bring up all the tips again anytime. Standard camera controls, you can rotate it, zoom in and out. And then complete the tutorial. So move the camera around. Okay, so literally step one of the tutorial is let's move the camera around. So we can pan, we can rotate. Looks like it's in specific increments, it's not completely free rotate. And then zoom out. So at the moment we're just controlling a single alien swarmer, basically the queen, or the one that's going to be our avatar through this whole game. We've got, oh yeah, literally, the Matriarch is your first and most important unit. If she dies, it's game over. So, select her. Is she not already selected, or do I have to wait? Okay. So, we've got action points and health. Right-click somewhere, and they move to that location. You can only move as far as their AP, and you see how they're going to move on like the little blue squares. So, looks like we can go diagonally, although diagonal takes 2 AP. Interesting, looks like it's a half, because the first one takes 2, but then the second one diagonally only takes 1, so we'll need a larger area before we can really test that out. So we can't go up there, but since that's lit up, I assume that's where our targets are going to be. So, to move selected unit. So you can tell they're selected because they're outlined in red, it looks like. So just simply investigate the area. And one more. I have to get to that spot. And I've got end turn set to P, which is why it's showing up. It does change the prompts based on what you've selected, thankfully. So each turn, everything's going to replenish. When you only have one person, it's not going to be that big of a deal to manage. But end turn. Everything's back. You can also see that we have health and attack power, which in the beginning is probably all we're going to need. It's not always obvious when I have her selected.
Yay!
Hey.
Woohoo!
Ah, you found an invader. Hasn't spotted you. So, to attack, move next to it. Okay. So, notably, move up next to them. Can I still attack after AP? Okay, yep, the hit points and damage. They have finite attacks per turn, indicated by their attack action, so I guess each sword, if they have multiple swords, they would get multiple attacks. Okay, yep, attack actions and base damage underneath the AP. So even though we've used all the AP, I guess the AP is only for movement, and so we still have an attack. Let's see. Yep, and we got him. Yep. And end the turn, because we're out of stuff. Okay. Yeah, I think just in the tutorial they're making it a little bit unclear. Like, I keep thinking that I'm selected because of the red outline, but maybe because every time I get interrupted by the tutorial, I have to reselect them. Because I keep thinking, oh, interesting. This guy appears to be scanning. We have found another invader. It looks like we still have to go around the outside. Looks like that drill made a nice abyss that we've got to get past. So I'm curious to find out what that area means. Move 2 more. Try to get to his side as much as possible. Oh, there's 2, but we have found every exit is an entrance. Now, will you tell us some more? So I wonder what that's going to do. Let's get in there close. Ah, so now we see from 7 to 5 to 4. Well, it's the same thing we encountered earlier. If you go further with that diagonal. So now we find out, maybe that's going to alert the guy, maybe that's like his death shout range. Let's find out. Okay. Yep. Some actions create sound, which will attract nearby enemies, indicated by sound waves. Okay, so that's what that region is. Enemies will become alert upon seeing a swarmer or corpse. Alert units have red vision cones and behave differently. When alerted, civilians will try to flee the area through exit points. So we want to ambush as much as possible, and not give them a chance to flee, or be between them and the exit. See, once again, I think I'm selected, and I turned out not to be. Ah, so maybe I can't go through the exit door? Well, let's find out. Next turn, let's see if I can interact with that at all. Oh wait, what was that text? Scared civilians will run here to escape the level. Okay, it doesn't look like I can go through that at all. Oh. Wonder why that has a little... It's a hiding spot. They can be used to conceal swarmer units, but only one unit can occupy a hiding spot at a time. So this guy's around the corner. He's using binoculars, but he's not looking to his right. Okay, well, let's nab him. He heard something. If they can't see the sound source from their current location, they will investigate. To prevent corpses from alerting enemies, you can consume them. So move next to it and use the consume ability. Okay, now I've got my first ability. Consume an adjacent corpse and convert it to biomass. You want to be part of the family? You gotta eat like family. So, yep, on the space or adjacent. And there we go. But there's still one more suspicious thing in the area. You! And probably enough, Galactoil regulation boxes are just the right dimensions to conceal a swarmer. Simply move into a hiding spot. So we do need our last action available to get into that. Oh no, we still have 1 AP afterwards. But let's let him investigate. Just some blood. Nothing to be concerned about, and he goes right back to work. Exit. Okay. Pop back out. let's go say hi. Yep, it does take action points, but biomass is a very important resource, I'm sure. Perhaps we'll find out what it is later, but looks like each civilian's giving us 3. More hiding spots. I wonder if we should run towards it. But it looks like we want to be heading that direction, so if I stop right there, and I... Oh, that one's not... That one is still full. That one's open. Okay. Armed guards and Overwatch. It's not all going to be that easy. Most enemies in the game are armed and will attempt to attack you rather than flee. The Overwatch ability lets you set up an attack triggered by the first enemy to walk in front of your unit. So this implies that we can Overwatch as well. This means with proper planning, you can ambush enemies during their turn. Let's see, armed guards and Overwatch. Oh, that's just for the video playing. So, let's see. Now the numbers have changed. 2 is consume and 1 is Overwatch. So since we're in the tutorial, it's telling me exactly where to move and what to do. We're here, and do I have to explicitly click it? Yeah, you have to mark the tile that you're going to Overwatch. Patience is a virtue, and strategically beneficial. There we go. And you can tell it even gets marked. Let's end our turn. It doesn't tell us exactly where he's going to go. So this is, aside from the tutorial telling us he's about to go there. Okay. Now how to build units. Consuming corpses gives you biomass, which is used to build and upgrade units. Use the Spawn Grunt ability to create a Grunt, the most basic Swarmer unit. Only the Matriarch can spawn new units. And you can cycle through your units with whatever key you've found. So let's see. In order to spawn a Grunt, requires 4 biomass, and apparently some time. Consume them. With this much, I could make 2 Grunts. Let's see. Might as well move forward first. I see an airlock there. 2 guards. Perhaps being out in the open is not a great idea, but with 2 of us, if we each have an attack, we can get them together. So now... Grunt. And that also makes noise. Uh-oh. Lost your keycard again. Hey Ted, open up. I hate going on patrol with you. So neither of them are paying attention. Group attacks. So, coordinating activities. Taking out multiple enemies at once can prevent dangerous reactions. Group attack allows you to execute a synchronized attack on marked enemies. So to mark an enemy, select the group attack ability and then click on a target. When at least one enemy has been marked, the execute button will appear, and this will cause units to simultaneously attack their marked targets. That way, if there's like a sound and somebody turns, they won't get to say immediately fire on somebody, or it'll interfere with your attacks, so you all can attack together. So now, this one also has 8 action points. But we only have the 1 action point left. Did that just consume a bunch of it? Okay, well let's activate this one again. Go out to the side. Okay, we're not really going to be able to kill with the Matriarch this turn. And it looks like there's a 1-turn cooldown, so you can only make 1 spawn per turn. Okay, let's not get too close. We have plenty of AP. Let's see, as long as we're not in his line of sight, we could get closer. But yeah, also it's the tutorial, otherwise I'd be worried about these guys turning around and seeing us. But I'm not going to get any closer than that. Let's end the turn. You can just barely see a guard around the corner. Now, get the Matriarch ready on that one. that grunt ready on that one. And so now, let's see, how do we do it? I don't want to simply attack. I might want to rebind some control so it's really obvious. There we go. I adjusted the control because by default, the group attack, like to set something up, is control and right-click, and then the command to actually do the thing is just right-click. I can definitely imagine missing the control and being very upset. So now, let's see, with our Matriarch. Good, okay, I've rebounded to C, so now you can tell we've got an attack set up to go on that one. And now we're set up there, and then hit the execute Op key button. You can also revert it. Let's go. Optional objective. And I guess that's Ted. Sucks to be locked outside, doesn't it? Don't lose your key cards again. Okay. Perhaps it's a new turn, but it looks like we still have our attacks. And it also appears that we can get behind this guy. No reason not to. Haha. Be vigilant, keep native critters at bay. Yeah, that's going to include us for sure. Okay, get the grunt over to here. Ah, okay, so the 25 damage was the attack. So maybe if he has multiple attacks, it would say like 25, 25, 25. This grunt does not have any more attacks this turn. Let's... Oh, he can consume a corpse too. I should have done that before we moved. I thought that was a Matriarch only thing. I guess they share biomass or something. Let's see. It doesn't take actions. So, consume another body. Oh, interesting. If it's your last AP, you can do the diagonal. And now let's spawn more grunts. Maybe this fresh grunt will have its attack still. Ah, 25? It looks like it does. So the fresh guy can attack immediately. Yep, and the guard and other guy are on the wrong side of the door. And he can also just consume immediately as well. Fresh grunts. I guess that allows you to stretch how far you can move and act in a turn. So, we're already up to 3 people in our little squad. Now, what are they doing? We can get some idea of, like, a patrol route. Okay. As long as I keep just getting more biomass, I can continue to just spawn more and more grunts to run forward and take these fellows out. Now, unfortunately, let's see. Yeah, this will create noise, so I don't want to pull the guard towards me at the moment. So neither of us are going to be going through this door. Let's just hide to either side. I can make another grunt again. Make sure I don't alert anyone on that side of the door. And they're gonna have a real bad time. I think I can overwatch. Well, I can't overwatch unless the door is already open. Well, good to know. And yeah, let's get in. Get up on that door. Nothing on that side, right? Yeah, nothing we can use. Aha. So this is interesting. He's not in the best spot. Now, I wonder if they get to run away immediately. That's the only sort of tough thing here. Because I can easily get that guy. But as soon as I get him, he's going to hear noise, turn, look at it, and what we encountered on the first guy that managed to escape was... He should be able to see that. He'll immediately come and try to check it out. I guess it depends on how long their range of visibility is. If it's only 2, then this will work perfectly well. Let's see. How about... that will create noise. Let's see, how far does the noise reach? Just right next to the door, so it's not going to alert him. And it didn't take one of our action points. Let's go slowly. We could go around and maybe not alert them this turn, but ambush them next turn. Because if he just starts going straight back again, we'll be in good shape. But yeah, the one thing I don't want to do is get killed by him, but I'm worried about alerting him. So this should still be safe. And we can see what's down this. Get a little bit of exploration done. We found another guard. Okay. I think we might want to step back a space so that we hopefully stay out of that guy's line of sight. And this seems like a decent corridor to hide in. I worry if I stand there that the guard would see me. Let's see. I could move there. I worry about the guard. It looks like his peripheral vision goes forward 2 spaces to the side. So when he gets there, he'd probably see me unless that blocks the line of sight. And I'm not sure. Oh. Well, we can reach a hiding spot. We'll just infiltrate the heck out of this room. Ah, okay, there's one exit hidden over there. Let's see, his range. And the Swarmer takes up a spot too. Next Swarmer. I can still get to that spot, but if I go that far, he's gonna get killed. I can't hide anyone else there. I could hide on the far side. Yeah, this is one of those things where the isometric thing, it's like the midway point. You can see that there's a path on the other side there. So if I move down there and set up an overwatch, then I can overwatch right next to me, and anything that comes around the corner will get eaten up. And of course, we can still spawn more grunts after all of this. I think we would be safe on that space, but it's the same thing about how exactly far does the Overwatch cone go to the side, so we need to pay a lot of attention as we move ahead. But as long as I can keep doing it... Let's see, yeah, it does make a bunch of noise, so I want to spawn the grunt before we get closer. Yep. I'm certain that we get to spawn things other than grunts at some point. But right now that's all we've got, so there's no need to hoard up for something better. So we're going to get right up next to that door. Grunt's going to get right up next to us. And let's explore. What is that? Crunchomatic? Let's take a very close look at his line of sight as he goes through his turn. Oh, he's going around. Oh, but that's a good way to spot it right at the end there. Okay, so he can see... Yeah. He can see to that space. So it's forward and out 2 spaces. I can't see the end, though. But it looks like this guy can see 3 spaces straight forward. And it's unclear if that person would be seen. I guess we should assume they could. So yeah, they can definitely see over these railings, but probably not through these solid walls. I wonder about those partial bits. So yeah, there's a real good question about whether this guy would be seen right there. If I move our people forward. Oof, not our people. Let's see, is there any kind of indication, hey, you're going to get spotted if you go there? Ah, okay, it turns red. So it actually does let you know if you're going to be seen. So what happens if our Matriarch goes there? Not seen. Or so it would appear. There is an exit there, so we want to block that person from getting away. So let's set this up just to be safe. He's ready. And now, if something weird goes on, we should be able to deal with it. Also, they deal 25 damage. The Matriarch could take a damage even if this doesn't go how I expect it to. she could survive this. So now we set up, and I don't believe our grunt... Yeah, we can't hop the railing. But after we get the kill, we should have enough AP to move forward and let the grunt finish off this fellow, so he's trapped. He's just hidden. Okay, let's execute this attack. But he hasn't seen it? He reacted to that one, but not the one next to him? And he can't actually see it, so he wants to investigate. Okay. Well, he can't consume just because he's out of action points. But this guy can come up, get that kill. And everyone we can see, we've gotten at this point. Stay there to consume. They're out of actions. That's nom nom another body. Looks like for the most part it's 3 apiece. And let's get this one out of the box and explore the far side. But we have even more hidden here. We're starting to get an angry force together rather rapidly. Let's see, another workstation. I imagine if the engineer had survived. Okay, so we can see... I think they might have different visibility ranges, too. These little guys can see 3 ahead. But it seems like the other ones might be seeing less far ahead. Ah. Let's see what happens up here. I don't want to let one get too far ahead of everybody else, though. So who else still has actions? You're staying put, out of actions, out of actions. I can still spawn more grunts. I don't think I need to... Oh, yeah, our objective, clear out the invaders. Okay, you can't quite reach them over there. Okay, and that's good for now. Okay, let's gobble up some corpses first. That's your duty, guy in the back. Nom nom nom. Get some biomass. Yeah, we are definitely replicating like a plague here. Ah, yeah. Our Matriarch can see much, much farther than everyone else. I wonder if that maintenance hatch is going to prove to be anything. But we can get behind him, and we should be able to get behind the other one. So let's set up another combo attack. For movements, it looks like I can get them going at the same time, but I can't set up the attacks until they have finished moving and we're all together. Okay. So we didn't need to reach any particular spot. Ah, the maintenance hatch was our way to the next level, I'm guessing. Drill. Ah, so this is our between... Yeah, this is our between the levels. I'm not sure if this is like 1 level per layer in this thing. Uh-oh. News. Pat went out to pee over the edge. The absolute madman. Hashtag lad. Ha ha ha. So yeah, cute marketing news. Bumpy landing knocked over our cam tower. R.I.P. Archbishop of Canterbury. No, looks like that's the end of that. So we'll definitely go through all of these areas. It looks like the farther up we're going to go from the engineers to the boardroom executive suite up at the top. And we're just going to make our way up through. Do a quick save. This is probably a good spot to end the first episode. Having gone through the tutorial and an introduction, meeting our Matriarch, and some basic swarmers. So, it's cute. You can sort of start to get a hint of the sense of humor here. We are definitely playing this for laughs. I'm sure that the executives of this mining operation are going to be cartoonishly evil, so we don't feel bad about what we're doing here. But we're playing as the aliens! A nice reversal from the standard makeup of these games. Hope you had fun. Hope this was interesting. That will see you again on the next episode. Bye-bye.